Hello friends, our topic for today is NCERT Chapter 15 Light Part 1 for Class 7. First we will study what is rectilinear propagation of light. When we switch on a torch in a dark room, we can see a beam of light that falls on objects. This beam of light is always straight and not curved or zigzag. This is an important property of light which states that light always travels in a straight line. It is known as rectilinear propagation of light. It is because of this property that shadows are formed when light faces any obstruction. You may try to look at a lighted candle first through a straight pipe and then through a bent pipe. You will not be able to see the candle when you look through a bent pipe. This shows that light travels in a straight line. If light travels in a straight line, you may wonder how we can change the path of light. One way to change the direction of light is to let it fall on a shiny surface like a shining steel plate or a spoon. This can change the direction of light. The surface of water can also act like a mirror and can change the path of light. Any polished or shiny surface can act like a mirror and can change the direction of light that falls on it and bounces it back. This bouncing back of light is called reflection. The objects are visible only when light reflected from them reaches our eyes. Based on the surface from where the light is reflected, reflection can be classified into two types: regular reflection and irregular reflection. Regular reflection takes place through a regular and smooth surface. You can see the incident rays and the reflected rays. Irregular reflection or the diffuse reflection takes place through a rough and dull surface. Irregular reflection scatters light in all the directions. You can see the reflected rays are in different directions. Now we all have a plane mirror at our homes. What is a plane mirror? It is a reflecting surface made of glass which is coated from one side with metals such as gold, silver or mercury. Generally, mercury is used because it is cheaper and has a shiny surface and is a good reflector. When we stand in front of the mirror, we are able to see our image. Our image in the mirror is of the same size as we are and at the same distance from the mirror where we are standing. As we move back, the image also moves behind the mirror. Here we will see a simple activity to study the image formation in a plane mirror. We place a lighted candle in front of a plane mirror and try to see the flame of the candle in the mirror. It appears as if a similar candle is placed behind the mirror. The candle which appears behind the mirror is the image of the candle formed by the mirror. So this is the image, and the candle itself is called the object. We find that the image of the candle is erect and is of the same size as the candle. When we move the candle to different positions in front of the mirror, each time the image also moves behind the mirror, such that the distance of the image behind the mirror will always be equal to the distance of the object in front of it. Now place a vertical screen behind the mirror and try to obtain the image of the candle on this screen. We find that it is not possible. Once again, if we place a screen in front of the mirror and try to obtain the image of the candle, we find that it cannot be obtained on the screen. Such an image which cannot be obtained on a screen is called a virtual image. So we can conclude that an image formed in a plane mirror shows the following characteristics. The image is formed behind the mirror. The image is upright or erect. It is not possible to take this image on a screen. So it is a virtual image. The image is of the same size as the size of the object, whether the mirror is large or small. The image formed in the mirror is at the same distance behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. The image is laterally inverted, that is, the left side seems to be on the right and vice versa. The property of lateral inversion of the image in a plane mirror is applied in writing the word ambulance on vehicles that carry patients to hospitals. This is done so that the driver in the other vehicles ahead of the ambulance can see the word ambulance clearly in the rear view mirror and give way to the ambulance immediately. You can see how is it written here, ambulance, the word ambulance, and how it will appear in the rear view mirror of the other vehicles. Here we will study some terms used in the reflection of light. First is the incident ray. The ray of light that falls on the surface of the reflecting material or the mirror is the incident ray. Can you see? PQ is the incident ray, the arrow is downwards. The reflected ray is the ray of light that is sent back from the surface of the reflecting surface. QR is the reflected ray. Mark the arrow upwards. The point of incidence is the point at which the light ray strikes the reflecting surface. Q is the point of incidence. Normal is the perpendicular line drawn from the point of incidence on the reflecting surface. QN is the normal. Angle of incidence is the angle formed between the incident ray PQ and the normal QN. It is denoted by small I, and thus angle PQN is the angle of incidence. The angle of reflection is the angle formed between the reflected ray QR and the normal QN. It is denoted by small r. Thus angle QRQN is the angle of reflection. There are two laws of reflection that we all must remember. The angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incidence lie on the same plane. Here we will study the differences between a real image and a virtual image. Real image is the image that can be obtained on a screen, while virtual image is the image that cannot be obtained on a screen. Real image is formed when the light rays coming from an object actually meet each other after reflection or refraction. Virtual image is formed when the light rays coming from an object do not actually meet but appear to meet when produced backwards. Real image is always inverted, while a virtual image is always erect. Example is the image formed on a cinema screen. It is a real image. And example of a virtual image is the image formed by a plane mirror. Thank you for watching the video. If it has helped you in any way, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thank you.